Civilization is nothing more than a thin coat of paint over the human animal, and it takes surprisingly little heat for that paint to peel right off. When the lights go out permanently and the faucets run dry, the silence isn't what should scare you. What should scare you is the noise inside the minds of the people around you. We like to think we're preparing for a world of resources, but here at Victor's Logic we know the truth. You are preparing for a world of psychology. The food in your basement matters less than your ability to read the predator standing on your front porch. The greatest danger in a collapse isn't starvation. It is the unpredictable nature of a human being pushed past their breaking point. You need to understand the 5 archetypes of human volatility that emerge when the law disappears. Let's identify them before they identify you. First, you have the drowning man. This isn't a villain in the traditional sense. This is the neighbor you've barbecued with for years, but now his children are starving, his logic has shut down, and his primitive brain has taken the wheel. A drowning man doesn't hate the person he climbs on top of to breathe, he just needs air, and he will push you under to get it. He operates on pure panic. He starts by knocking on your door pleading for a cup of sugar or a bottle of water. If you say no, his shame turns into rage instantly. If you say yes, you have just signaled that you are a supply depot. He will return, and he won't be alone, because panic is contagious. To survive the drowning man, you must master the art of looking destitute. You cannot be the lighthouse in the storm. You must be the dark water. If you have plenty, look like you have nothing. Second is the architect of chaos. This is the most insidious threat because they don't attack your perimeter, they attack your cohesion. In any survival group, there is always one person who realizes that information is the new currency. They secure their position not by contributing, but by whispering. They manufacture crisis. They tell you that the guy on guard duty is stealing rations, then they tell the guard that you're planning to kick him out. They fragment the tribe so that they can be the only bridge between the factions. They want to be the king of the ashes. If you see someone constantly acting as the concerned messenger, but never solving the problem, you are looking at a parasite. The only cure is radical transparency. Bring every accusation into the sunlight immediately. Then there is the chemical slave. We often picture junkies, but in a true collapse, this demographic explodes to include anyone dependent on a substance. To function when the supply chain snaps, millions of people on anti-anxiety meds, antidepressants, alcohol, and nicotine are going to hit a biological wall simultaneously. The person you knew is gone. Their body is now a vehicle hijacked by withdrawal. They are shivering, paranoid, and incapable of long-term reasoning. They will trade your generator for a blister pack of pills. They are not thinking about next week. They are thinking about the next hour. You cannot negotiate with biochemistry. Secure your medical supplies behind steel and never assume a person in withdrawal has a conscience. They are currently incapable of it. Fourth is the warlord in waiting. Some people are terrified of the apocalypse, but others have been secretly praying for it. This is the individual who immediately steps up to restore order. It starts with reasonable requests for roster schedules and inventory checks. It ends with them controlling who eats and who starves. They trade safety for servitude. They don't want a community, they want a fiefdom. You can spot them because they are obsessed with centralizing resources under their own lock and key. As we often say on Victor's Logic, if one person holds all the keys, you aren't in a shelter, you're in a prison. Democratize the power early, or you will be forced to overthrow a tyrant later. Finally, we have the Trojan horse. This is the stranger who presents themselves as a harmless victim. They arrive limping, unarmed, perhaps dragging a child, to heighten the sympathy response. They appeal to the old world's morality to bypass your new world's defenses. You let them in because you want to be a good person, but while you are offering soup, they are counting your rifles and mapping your floor plan. They are the scout for a larger force waiting just beyond the tree line. Empathy is a survival trait in civilization, but it is a fatal vulnerability in the collapse. You can be charitable but never bring a stranger inside the wire until they have been vetted over weeks, not hours. Establish an airlock protocol, help them at a distance, but keep the inner sanctum sealed. The drowning man, the architect, the slave, the warlord, and the Trojan horse. These aren't monsters from a movie, they are regular people whose masks have slipped. The difference between a survivor and a statistic is the ability to see the face behind the mask. In the wasteland, naivety is a death sentence. Keep your circle tight, keep your eyes open, and remember what we teach here at Victor's Logic. Trust is the most expensive luxury on earth, and you cannot afford to give it away for free.